act on you, and you can act on your managers, because I have the names and I know what is happening. So, Mr. Pezapasi, be warned and warn your people. It is not only immoral but criminal to issue a driver's license to a person who will have demonstrated lack of understanding of road traffic rules and regulations. How does one feel when there is an accident caused by someone who demonstrated lack of basic driving skills and you gave him or her a license? How do you feel? How does one feel about rising accident statistics, knowing fully well that you issue licenses to grossly incompetent people on a day-to-day basis? Any VID driving examiner who coerces instructors to ask for bribes will be dealt with without fear or favor. The recently aired Amaichi Samba show opened a can of worms. The nation was shocked to hear that public officials are liaising with the driving school instructors to fleece the public of their hard-earned cash, and that at the same time issue licenses to grossly incompetent people. It was highlighted that while potentially good drivers who cannot afford the bribes are not issued with licenses, incompetent and half-baked corrupt applicants easily get the licenses because they've got money. I have heard people calling me from Ubulawai, from Kadoma, from across the country. Chef, Marino sika kwa muri here yatinenge takumbirwa ina handina, but ndanda porumisa ndikawana license ndinozokwanisa kuti ndiwane basa. Handina mari yokuvapa vaningi navaningi ndo yavanoda. And they will think I must keep quiet. I know that. And that is what is happening. So let's be ashamed. I was shocked to hear that some officials are so cunning that they test drivers and they tell them in their face that without a bribe, they cannot pass. That practice should stop forthwith. Any VID official who thinks that corruption is part and parcel of the DNA must resign with immediate effect. There is no more room for such people in government employment, and in my ministry, it's not there anymore. If it was before I said what I'm telling you today. Keeping such people in our driver education cycle is unacceptable, as they may be a danger to society and even to themselves. Depot managers are hereby advised to be on high alert and fish out all unruly elements within their stations, as we do not want to once again hear of malpractices peculiar to certain depots. There are VID depots that are notorious and for corrupt activities, and we know them. I can name them if you want, but for today, let me spare you so that you go back home with your dignity for today. But it will not be tomorrow if that continues. The issuance of a metal driver's license and the replacement of a PDL is within the mandate of the Central Vehicle Registry. Anyone who engages in corruption and produces fraudulently acquired documents is a criminal, and they must face the law. Such criminals shall be identified and handed over to the police. The CVR is hereby urged to charge only prescribed fees for processing of such vital documents. Efforts must also be made to speed up the processing period, Mr. Makoni. I wish to take this opportunity to remind the Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe of their regulatory responsibility as outlined in the Traffic Safety Council Act, Chapter 13/17. It is the duty of Council to enforce driving school regulations that were gazetted as a statutory instrument 309 of 1985. Some of the requirements are as follows. 1, the need to register every driving school and do annually renewals of such registration. It is an offense to offer practical driving education and a theoretical driver education for a fee or reward whilst not registered as a driving school. And there are many bogus schools where you are coming from, whether it be Masvingo, Harare West. Vanokutora chikwangwari voisa pamusoro pemotikari yatova driving school in your office, and they think we don't know. And the VID, because they comply with corruption, they do nothing about it. So from today on, Engineer Mugabe, with your staff under the management of Mr. Chinyere, those inspections have to be done, and the private people must be engaged, and they pay them to make sure that we fish out those criminals from our system. All driving schools instructors should be trained, certified, and monitored regularly. All bogus instructors must cease operating, and any schools accommodating such people must be deregistered immediately. No mercy. Keep people who are lawful in the system and fish out criminals. Otherwise, when we are gone, those who will come after us, they will say we were corrupt, because we are the ones who have sown the seed of corruption during our times. So let's not allow that. And I know that this is exactly what is happening. Some schools are not registered, but they are allowed to operate. They just should be deregistered. And also the instructors, Engineer Mugabe and your staff, they need to have regular, instruction, so that they are kept. What a renewal course, a refresher course, anodikano to mwashandisi. Pamakatora ma license kunana 1945, 1957, 1960, zonza change. And tavane code new one fikira vakushandiswa resadap. So make sure you retrain them and make sure it is done regularly. 3, renewals of driving schools and instructors must be done timeously, and those failing to do so must leave the industry voluntarily, as the ZRP will be roped in to prosecute such people. I'm going back to another meeting, and I'm going to talk about this. And I'm going to ask the minister responsible for his cooperation, Dr. Mpov, so that ZRP can assist us to root out those bad people amongst ourselves. And that is going to happen. Kana zvanetsa tichaunza vasinganetsi kuteerero tongonokumbira maganazi. Hapana unomuwana itakuzi. Driving schools should be inspected regularly by Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe at any reasonable time. I also need to inform all driving schools to satisfy this statutory requirement of supplying specified information and statistics to the regulatory body for scrutiny. I would also want to advise prospective drivers to use registered driving schools only. The Traffic Safety Council is ordered to publish and avail to the public a list of all registered driving schools. The public should report all malpractices to Traffic Safety Council management, and they fully utilize the association boxes and hotlines. My other plea to prospective drivers is that do not tempt the instructor or VID, driving inspector, by offering them bribes. Please take your time to learn and master the driving skills until such a time you are fully or readily qualified to be tested. Colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, as I end, let me just tell you that it is now not going to be business as usual. Let us try and change. And as far as VID is concerned, we are having plans, we are still working on commercializing them, so that when they perform well, they can then look after themselves through whatever they collect, and that will give them better salaries. But you will not want to give freedom to corrupt people, because they will corrupt the nation. So they must themselves make sure that they behave well and they deserve to be commercialized. They are the source of all the problems that we have. Driving schools have been robbed in. And now, it's an industry. Yangofanana nokukorokoza. Mumwe nomu wangofunga vakutokorokoza akabatana neVID. Unovaona muroad, unovaona pavanenge vari pamaschools, wotoziva kuti vanhu vatojiwa panapa. And to surprise me most is that I become the person who is approached by others. Because ndizina kuudza izvi kuti richivipi vanokanganwa, saka ndofunga zvakandibatsira izvozvo. Vanonditaurira kuti this is what you are doing with them. And ndonzwa tsitsi. And now, to move people around is what I have been resisting. Kuti munhu agara paBelvedere, munhu agara paEastleigh, agara kuChitungwiza, agara kuMarondera, and so forth. Don't move them. Because vavana mainterest, vachengete vana, vanoenda kuchikoro ipapo, dzidzo dzazopera nodzanditsitsirira. Every time we meet ndinongotaura ndine ministry ina vanhu vari corrupt. I can't allow that. Now, from now on, if a depot manager at Eastleigh, Chitungwiza, or whatever, asingagoni kuti ndione kuti pane change within 100 days yecorruption dzandinopiwa, I am telling you, I will be instructing Mr. Pedzapas, remove everybody from Eastleigh and throw them Plumtree, Nkai, Bight Bridge, and they bring from Bight Bridge those here, and they vasambogara kana a week panzvimbo yavanenge vaenda. Keep changing them every week to kill the corruption. So you better be warned. And I'm serious about it. Better be warned. Because you are the source of the corruption. With your working together with people in the driving schools. Driving schools. It's because of you. My driving school is a conduit. You have got white shades, very beautiful, but dirty hearts. It's really very embarrassing. Actually, it's a shame for me to lead such an institution, the VID. I don't want to say stop it, but let me say stop it. That is a situation that, those who know me to be very jovial, and I like joking, and I also have a very soft heart for people. And I've been resisting for you, some stakeholders. I've been resisting the movement of people from VID depots to say, anyway, vanenge vagara nemhuri. Mwana anoenda pachikoro pavarugara, to disrupt education yomwana. Mumwe grade 7. Tomisa Bight Bridge, angano chigona chivenda here. Chinongoda isinogona kuti ndaa, imo hamuzochikwanisa. Tomisa kwayawe here, kuChinoi, haagoni. Tonoti lumelange here, tiri kuManama, haazokwanisa. Saka let them remain where they are. Vagare nemhuri dzavo. What's wrong about that? Doing it for you. But what is it that I get in return? The opposite. Saka vapedza pasi certificate given. change them every week from corner to corner of the country. Don't worry about their problems. Let them resign, let's get new people so that we can have better people. But I'm only giving them the warning up to the end of the 100 days. If there is no change, because I know what is happening, if there is no change at your depots, you will have a problem. So from tomorrow on, Mr. Pedzapasi must just make sure that your message goes right down to all your managers, if they are not all here. Because I would have wanted them all here, it doesn't matter where they are, whether they're in Plumtree or whatever, I would have wanted them here. They are the source of the problems. Vakangovhara ikoko mese mumadriving school muchaitizozo, but tavakuyawo kwamuri madriving schools. Nemhaka yemuchita chikwangwari pamusoro pemotikari igoita office mugotenderera nayo musina kana kurejista chikoro kuti muite mbavha. Kana une mari yausina kurejistira kuti uiwane nenzira iri pamutemo, you are stealing, you are a criminal. And imwe madriving schools, why do you let such things to happen? You really do know very well that that school is not registered, but you don't do anything about it. So you are all accomplices to corruption. So deregister the schools. Kana mangozwa kuti chikoro ichi chine shamwari nhingi, angachizwa ndavaiti, mangozwa kuti shamwari nhingi kungosuspecta zingai vese. Yeah, let us act. You need to rid corruption within our system. Your driver's license, wherever, even if you went to Britain today, it's internationally recognized. But you can have a corruption at China. So what are we doing about our country? What are we doing? And it is us here who can only correct that situation. So, as I live, because I have to go and get some more powers to deal with this corruption at a meeting that I must go to now, although I would love it to have been here all day, garai pass mutaona. Mubude pachena kuona kuti mana madriving schools asina kuregister toita sei navo from today and bring them to our attention. Tidile now, in driving schools, Murukushaya business, because Murukuregara vasina ku register, Vachitor business. And they keep quiet. We should not do that. So today, as I leave, Karai Pasi, Mukawona and Vanoita Chitsotsi Chocho, Atitaurane, which is Ngavabata say, what can we do about it to make sure that we correct our situation? VID, Diamono Matanas, Pire Mizimu, Dire Fojika Pasi, Kutipangu Panapa, Apache Snatch to teach me. Chicago eat up a depot purpose, Nakuchibata Murizuach, we have to deal with it. And then you know your people, and then you actually know Vanuita Basarachiro. So at Sakumbirisa, Mr. Mugabe, as I leave, Karaipa Simungu Ranina Van, Tine problem. Let us try and find solutions to deal with this problem. And let the solutions come from our people here because they know. Because you only send a thief to catch a thief. And they are thieves here. So we know how to catch those thieves. So let us sit down nicely and they say, okay, let bygones be bygones. From today onwards, Mamma Christi saying, Moti ndapona patswa ndawakupinda kudenga ndazosiyazwa ndaita nezuro. So try and do that. Then we'll have. It's nice to come and meet you and listen to what you think you must do for yourself. We can't move forward until we correct this corruption. It's not nice. We're not doing our country any good anymore if we continue to sweep under the carpet the corruption that is happening amongst us. Depot managers, if you know that the depot manager at Marondera is corrupt, you go to because no matter some poor number young women and as in its kutswa. Mungo that Gumbo, but our pesa pasa and put out from Soro planning. We are part depot in Diomba, Vacha. Karamango Darodo to Mama was a no suspect or to Mamma investigate. What's some of the information we have? so that tisangotukana vachene pakati penyu. Vamwe vachene chaiva vakachena pakati penyu, but vamwe munoziva zvandiri kutaura. There's no doubt about that. Ngoti handisi TB Joshua, dai ndatoburisa vamwe pakati penyu. So mova nenguva yakanaka pazuva ramasikati enyu anhasi, motaura nhamo dzenyu dzichanyorwa. My PA is here, Mr. Masumba, and Mr. Sango is here. They will take everything, and I can tell you, reading is my hobby. I will read, and if I read, I also know how to respond. To respond, I was zvakanakawo, zvinoda kugariswa pasi, zvogariswawo pasi. Ndofunga munenge muna makomitizi enyu amunoita, zvozvifamba zvakanaka. Kana ndanga ndichakwanisa kukupai mapepa andinawo, ndofunga anotosvika pakadaro so. Macomplaints anobva kune vanhu, macomplaints anobva kune vamwe vamunoshanda navo, vanoziva kuti shefu wedu nhingi vari kuita zvakashata. Kuna vamwe vanoziva kuti driving school yakadai, kana tapiwa instructor nhingi, ndiye ane line apo naexaminer nhingi, zvichizofamba zvakadai. I have all that. It might not be all, but I have it. Hadi mozviziva zvatinoita zviya? Zviya zvamunoita zviya nenge vanhu vakuzviziva zvatinoita. Saka muchichenjerera ngazvichiregera. Nokuti kuna hamuchazivi kuti munoita nani. Vamwe vachona tava kuvatenga, vama muchishanda navo. Kutogara ndakuudzai. Kugara ndakuudzai. Vamwe vacho ndo vakutotipa information pamusoro penyu. Chitoregerai kubvira nhasi. Muchita vanhu kwavo. Pa100 days tigodipota kuti hai kwedu takachinja. Hazvina mhosva kuchinja. Antumwe wakaenda pamuchinjikwa nevanonzi maKristu wakaenda naJesu. Pangosara maminitsi mashanu kana 5 kuti afe. Akabva atonzi hai ndava kunogara newe mumushe wokudenga. Zvivi zvese zvakamonakirwa ari pamusandira pamachajaiva zvikabva zvakanganikwa. Saka nimwe munobva makanganirwa zvivi zvenyu zvose kana mangochinja kubvira pazuva ranhasi. Motaura zvakanaka tatenzi.
Thank you. That was the Minister of Transport and Infrastructural Development issuing out a press statement. I would also like to acknowledge the presence of Harare Driving School Instructors Association. They are here, and also an organization called Arrive. Before we ask the board chairperson to give a vote of thanks, maybe there may be one or two follow-up questions related to the press statement from the media. If they are not there, then it's fine, but anyone from the media would like to ask follow-up questions? No one. Give us your name, media organization, and ask your question quickly. I think it was so clear that no one would like to ask any questions. May I, at this opportunity, invite the Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe Board Chairperson, Engineer Mugabe, to give us a vote of thanks.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Before I thank the Honourable Minister, I've had the pleasure of working with him now for some time. So I know him on a personal level very well. And you might not have realized, but when he started speaking passionately about the issue before us, he actually got agitated and he got angry. Rightly so, because the issue before us is the issue of life. And I think in that agitation, he might have missed out one crucial point, which is that corruption is a two-way street. He has dealt with VID, he dealt with the driving schools but he left out that learner, the one who ultimately pays the money. And as Traffic Safety Council and other relevant arms of government, we are working on the appropriate instruments to blacklist those learners who offer that bribe. Because sometimes the bribe is not solicited, but it is offered. So definitely for the recipient, as well as he or she that is offering to bribe the officials, we are looking into that. But Comrade Minister, again, we are grateful for the delivery that you have just given us. We are grateful for the direction, the directive that you have issued to ourselves as the players in the cycle of driver learning and driver licensing, and ultimately, therefore, safety on our roads. We very much appreciate your busy schedule. And I can tell you now that he has left a very important meeting to come and address this equally important issue that has been bedeviling our nation. We are very, very humbled by that gesture, and we are very appreciative of the time that you've taken out to be with us. We hope that we'll be inviting you soon to show you verifiable and discernible evidence that we have taken action and that this issue of corruption within the cycle of road driver licensing has been dealt with. Without any further ado, I do not wish to hold you any longer. We will remain and thrash out the issues that you have raised. Honorable Minister, thank you so much.
Thank you, Board Chairperson. At this moment, may the top table welcome and the Minister of the Government and we come back to the debate.
For the benefit of the country is losing a lot of potential in terms of human capital through accidents.
Very, very good question. But I will tell you, you first of all must lay out, the instructions, give instructions, and then make people follow the instructions. Some of the information that you get, you need to have it investigated. So before you make any investigations, don't then accuse anybody. So no one should be accused before they're investigated. So that's the reason why. I have said that I've got information about certain officials who are practicing some corruption, and I have that information. And I will do what the law says. I will hand it over to those who are qualified to do the investigations so that they can themselves do the investigations and when they bring those people to book. I did not say they are exonerated. I didn't. I said I know them, I have not named them.
Okay. Going to the issue of the National Road Accident Fund, where
It's
are
not
we
for
now?
today. I don't discuss issues that are still under consideration.
Same applies probably with the Keiga, the Harare, Chirondo. You
Yes,
wouldn't want to?
not for today. Anything else? I am here for corruption and VID. If you are answered, then I'm good.
On the, on the issue of the SADC guidelines, we saw some new road signs issued and so forth.
Yes.
Maybe you can just briefly explain for our listeners.
I don't know what to add anymore. I've stated before that now as a region, SADC, we now have new road signs. And that those road signs are being, put on our roads, but not at the pace that we would have wanted. But that is the issue at the moment. So regionally, we are having, signs that you will find applying to Zimbabwe, Botswana, and so forth, and any other, country in SADC. You must also know that we're trying to come up with maybe a single airline for Africa. Okay, we're also trying to give a passport for Africa. We're trying to deregulate the issues about immigration. So that's where we're heading to. So if we start with SADC, road signs being uniform in the whole of SADC, then we'll go further and have road signs that apply to the whole of Africa. That's where we're going. There is a decision by the heads of state and government at AU that we must have a harmonized Africa by 2063, and that's where we're heading to. Okay.